Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of The Drink. I'm your host, Mishy, and today for National Poetry Month, I have Shay. Everybody,
Yeah, got it.
yes, I got it.
Yes.
It's not his full name, but I tried, and let's just
Yeah,
say we're gonna go with Shay. Um,
cool.
so I'm very excited. Shay, I want you to introduce yourself, and let us know where you're from, and also how did you become interested in poetry and what made you want to become a poet?
Okay. Well, I'm like from Nigeria, West Africa,
Hmm.
and yeah, so as far as poetry goes, it's been like more like a way of like expressing myself,
Hmm.
because well, I'm like 21, so growing up, there's like not a lot of things that like I'm not really interested in too much, and sometimes it just end up being like the cold spot in the room.
Mm.
So then you have to turn to books, or I did. I turned to books. And then, yeah, kind of just picked up writing along the way, then picked up poetry. And it comes off good because you learn how to flirt real good when you write. So that is
So
basically, I'm sorry if that was boring, but that is
no,
basically
no,
it.
no. It's however you know. You people pick up poetry for different things, and
Yeah.
so what made you? You said that you picked up books and you picked up writing. So why? So why poetry specifically? Like, why not? I guess just journaling or, um, I guess nonfiction writing or fiction writing. Like, why poetry specifically?
Okay. It's like a couple of reasons. One, kind of, well, um, flirting. It's kind of
Flirting.
like, yeah.
So you said so poetry is a great way to flirt. That's
It's a good way to flirt. It's like girls love that shit. So,
crying.
no, I'm not
No, it's
lying.
that's
I'm
hilarious
serious.
though. No, I mean, I know you're being serious, and it's honestly true. Like a lot of girls are we're suckers for good rhymes and
Yeah.
some good talk. So you said a couple reasons. So flirting is one, or is that like the main reason?
No, that's not the main reason. I think my laziness has to do it. A part of it, yeah, because you don't have to sit.
Laziness?
You don't have to sit down and like outline, plot and
Mm.
chapters and all that,
Wow.
character stories.
No, that's such an interesting way to put it. I think um
Mhm.
poetry is definitely I guess one of those genres in which, yeah, you don't necessarily just sit and say, okay, I'm gonna write this and then this. You just let it kind of
Yeah.
free flow. Maybe you
hmm
do think of like the next line, like you still have to think a little, but it's like you said, not outlining things.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got it. And
Oh, okay.
the more serious part would be because my English teacher was, well, not a published author, but he had a few books he gave me to read, starting off um second year of high school when I joined the debate team. And he wanted me to learn like words because he said in his words I use words that are like regularly used and to use like and to win debates. In his word, he said you have to use words that make the judges open their dictionaries.
Mm.
So so I just did that using words like control and blah blah blah. So
Oh.
it just happened.
Okay. No, that's what's up. Okay, cool. So I want you to describe your poetry style. What inspires your poetry mainly? I know we could write poems about like a lot of different things, but what's the main
Yeah.
thing that inspires your poetry?
As far as inspiration goes, my ex.
Oh, ooh, I think a lot of poets can relate.
Yeah, it's more like I feel like we're all lovers somehow. So
Mm,
I tend to write about that a lot and mostly that. Cause
mm,
it's like I used to call a muse to me. Like
yeah.
yeah, backstory is she has like on her bio, on her Snap bio, she had Mercury's muse in her Snap bio. So I wrote a poem about that. Mercury's
Mm,
muse. So it was fun.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So Are you so when you write about like poems about your ex, is it mostly like poems about heartbreak? Is it mostly poems about trying to get over them? Is it mostly like what does it cuz is it because you're trying to get your ex back? Like is it because your ex was your
Oh,
first true love? Like I want to like I don't want to go too deep into your personal business, but I
yeah,
guess
yeah, it's
like
okay. It's okay.
the general like
Yeah.
vibe.
Just to like, cause she writes too a bit. Yeah,
Mm.
lazier than me. One day she gets to listen to this. She is lazier than me.
I'm crying.
So
She's gonna
yeah,
be like, "Are you serious?"
I'm very serious.
Oh.
So I just say it was a way through which we expressed what we were thinking, and like I said before, expression. So, but not to get it back or like
Mm,
cause after we were done, there was like a lot of stuff I go through, like really bad, like
mm,
trying to like just get out of my own head and put it all on paper. So it was
mm.
also, but she right later on, she was like, "Wow, you edited me this much." I'm like, "Yeah, I did."
Oh, oh my! Well,
So
at least you could be honest. Sometimes poetry pulls out that honesty for us instead of
that yeah, that on the
normal.
spot.
Yeah,
Hmm.
instead of normal conversation, sometimes you could just be more honest through poetry. Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
definitely have poems in which they're about people, and I sometimes wonder if they ever read it, like if they know it's
oh,
about them.
I
Ooh.
did bad. I did that
No,
bad.
I don't want to
Did
say
not
bad.
bad.
I don't want to
Oh,
say bad. I think it's more like questioning, more like
hmm.
you kind of made me feel this way in a negative way. So I guess kind of bad, but not like pointing the finger, not necessarily, it's more just I had to go like you had to grow I had to grow through a lot. Um,
Yeah, that's okay.
so yeah.
Hmm.
So okay, I have a question. Do you have a poetry book published? Is that like a goal that you have in mind?
For every writer, I think that is a goal.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime in the future, though, I'm not ready yet.
You're not ready yet. It's okay.
No,
Yeah. You don't have to rush. I feel like that's definitely something that you don't want to rush whenever, you're ready.
no,
It's time. You'll know when it's
because
time.
oh, definitely, my bank account is gonna tell me, like, yo, bro, you might want to start that book now, because my bank account is telling me right now you cannot publish a book. So yeah,
Mm,
I listen to that mostly.
mm, yeah, yeah.
What
So
about you? Have
me,
you published a
yes,
book?
I have published a poetry book. A shameless plug.
Oh,
It's
cool.
it's titled
Oh no, no,
Blue.
no, no, that's okay. I'm gonna like go search for it.
No, yeah,
Bloom?
blue. Like the color
Oh,
blue.
blue. The color
Mm-hmm.
blue. Okay.
Yeah, and I it was actually released, gosh, 2 years ago this month. I think I've
Wait,
already
was that
passed.
your first? It was your first book?
It's my first poetry book.
Oh, okay.
hmm I'm
Okay.
in the process of working on the second one, but right now I'm really just pushing more sales on the first. It's on
Okay.
Amazon. Um, I do have like uh, a bunch of books here, so sometimes when people want a signed copy, I can send them a signed copy. So yeah,
Okay.
if you guys are listening to this, Amazon titled Blue. Sometimes if you search on Amazon Blue Mishy poetry, it should come up, and it's like a girl with long curly hair with the crown, and there's like this blue pink sunset on the cover. So that's my.
Ooh, I see the curly ear, but
Mhm.
I don't see blue because you're putting on white right now. Well, I definitely see the curly ear, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So would you don't have to, but would you be willing to share a poetry piece of yours with us?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Awesome. So excited.
Right now? Right
Yeah.
now? Right now?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
right now, right
okay.
now. Like let the people hear
Oh,
what you got.
oh wait, okay. I'm gonna wait. I need to go look for it. Okay,
That's fine. Yeah, like totally cool. It is
okay.
okay.
We can just talk about something else as filler while I find it.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Wait, I found it.
Oh, perfect.
It's like a couple, so it's just one, yeah? Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
you can if you want to read more than one, that's totally fine.
Okay,
Hmm.
so the first one, I mean, you know like the tone, so you probably know what it is. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's called A Pirate and His Treasure.
Hmm.
So yeah, I go. You have to tell me if it's good. You know
Uh,
that.
uh, if you want my
You
opinion, then yes, I could
I'm
tell
gonna
you.
wait. What? No, you're gonna have to tell me because I don't read it to many people.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. You
Sure.
tell me if it's bad. So
Okay, no. Just read it how you feel.
right. Here I go. Many roads lies the sea's crossing, but only one course for such as I. Daring night of the waters, laden with amethyst and white spices, offerings for Mercury's muse. Hmm. In prayer that you calm the ocean's temper, that I may ride these storms safely to my beloved, that at long last my fingers may travel along the shores of her figure, along the coast of hazy warmth. For tonight I am no pilferer, I am a desperate lover, a desperation words cannot convey. Past many years of want, many years of crave, till this night come, the night the pirate finds his treasure. Is that? Okay.
Wow. Wait, is that the end?
Wow. Yeah, that is the end. The night the
Wow,
pirate
I
finds his
love
treasure.
that. No, I love that.
No
Okay.
way.
No, for
You
sure.
like
Like
that?
yeah, like listen, the thing
Okay.
this interview is not about me, but I want to say like the thing I
No,
love
we have
about
time.
poetry, the thing I love about poetry is the fact that there's no, like you said, there's no outline, there's nothing. It's really
Yeah,
pure raw feelings. Like
yeah,
I feel like a
definitely.
lot of people are confined by poetry has to rhyme and it really doesn't.
No,
Um
it doesn't.
yeah,
Because I
so
suck at rhyming.
so yes, so I love that. I love the metaphor. I think that it was beautiful. And I just appreciate you for sharing because it's not like you said, you don't share with many people. So
Yeah.
um I am very honored when anybody is willing to share a piece of theirs because I know myself as a writer too, and I used to be so shy and I never wanted anybody to read anything that I ever wrote. So thank you so much for sharing that. And if you have
No,
another piece, you're so welcome to say that as well.
you know what? You're convincing. So we're gonna do one more. Mostly
Yay!
because I want to read one more, but yeah, I'm just gonna.
Mhm.
Okay. So like my first. The There's a story to this. This was
Mhm.
my first after I met the girl that we were talking about. So
Mm.
yeah. So this was the first. Like I met her like on I think on a Monday, and I wrote this for on a Tuesday,
Oh.
the day after. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's called Traveler.
Mm.
Let me take you on a journey, a voyage amongst the stars. Let me take you on a journey to realms and kingdoms far. A journey that starts in dreams, flighted by wishes, fueled by morbid longing. For where I am is not where I belong, amongst many yet alone and desolate. As dusk arrives in a sea of darkness, our search for home begins. I and every soul alike, armed with nothing but hope, our lights through brave paths unwalked. Let me take you on a journey of the fearless, a journey across many coasts, through lands made of ice and oceans of cosmic dust. Great distances we will travel, beyond the comprehension of time and age, to a place where all that is lost is found, and all that is dead is reborn. Only at the approach of dawn will we stop for rest, for distance as great as this have no place for those of frailty. We return once more at every second comings of dusk, to forge ahead through the unknown, until we find that which we'll call home. Dun dun dun. I'm done.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
I got two wows. That's good, right?
Yes. No, for real. Like I just as a poet, I love hearing other poets because
Yeah,
it like puts
same.
just inspiration and just like wow, like just the beauty of words and the beauty of putting them together and the beauty of not only putting them together and writing them down but also saying them. So thank you so much for sharing them both. I absolutely love them. Um
Thank you.
yes, and the last question for your interview is what is some
Okay.
advice that you'd give to aspiring poets or writers out there?
First, do not write like Rupi Kaur or whatever. I don't know how you
No!
spell the last name. I don't know how you spell the last name. No offense to her. No offense to her. But
I
gosh,
was
shit.
not expecting that. First of all, not you just flaming up one of my favorite poets. Ouch.
What?
Wow.
Wow. No
Not
offense.
you saying wow, not wow. I'm
Yo,
shocked.
I'm sorry.
Wait. You okay, that deserves wait. That deserves an explanation. Why? Because not only like okay, I want an explanation of why you think other poets or writers should not write like her.
Oh, really? You want an explanation?
I do, yes. Because
Okay.
like there's so many people, like obviously her books are very popular. I love her stuff. I think it's some of it can be so relatable. And I
Hmm.
just want to know why. Why do
Okay.
you not like her stuff? And it's okay, I guess everybody
Oh,
has an opinion, but
yeah. So personally, I just think it's not okay. So I would not. I encourage every other writer, like, you know what? I love this, and I totally see, the vibe or like the whatever you're trying to like convey the emotion. But I don't. I've never felt that. Well,
mm,
maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm biased too. Maybe I'm just biased, because I have a lot of people that don't like it too. So yeah.
mm.
So maybe it's just like a me thing.
I was about to say because I'm shocked because you've been inspired by your ex who, you said is your muse.
Yeah,
And she
yeah, yeah.
writes so much about like relationship and heartbreak. And so like it shocks me. It shocks me that you're like, you're not a fan. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm okay. You know what? If we're gonna do this another time, maybe I will like, come around, warm up, and actually read from a place of no bias, and then maybe we'll see.
Yeah. You should, I mean, she has like 3, 4 books out now. So definitely, I feel like if you don't like one, try the next one. If you don't like that one, try the next one. Of course, I'm not going to sit here and force you to like anybody that you don't like, but
Yeah.
you know,
I am gonna go try to
yeah,
like,
yeah,
see
yeah.
later
So,
on.
so yeah, like, I
Do
feel
I
like
have to like
honestly,
say something else now?
no, it's okay. I think I just want to like personally say that like I believe that like my personal poetry testimony is I got into poetry. A big reason is because I read Rupi Kaur, which is crazy.
Oh,
Yes, I read her
oh,
and was
that is
like,
sweet.
yeah, I read her and was like, I could do this too because her stuff also doesn't rhyme. It really doesn't have like a specific. It does have a flow. Like she has her own flow, but I feel like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there were no rules. It was just her thoughts. And so
yeah,
I really appreciated that and was like, I love this. So
yeah.
I just thought it
That's
was
cool.
yeah. I just thought it was like, oh dang, like she's a big reason that pushed me into poetry. Whereas like for you, like, like you said, you've got the bias of like not a huge fan, which,
Mm,
everybody has their own opinions, but oh
yeah.
right. Well, tell us Shay, then how can we support you in your poetic journey?
Okay. So this is very serious.
Yeah.
Whoever's gonna listen to this is actually very serious. Yo, I like for now, I would like for you to support me is to buy Michelle's book,
Oh,
Blue. She said it's on Amazon. You just
yeah.
have to like type Mishy Blue poetry. It's gonna
Yeah.
come out. So you do that.
Oh,
And I'm
what?
good.
This isn't about me. This is about you.
Yeah, yeah, it's about me. I
Oh,
asked them to do it. So yeah.
oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. No, for real. Thank you so much. Like, I think so. It's funny that you did that and that you said that because what you said about Rupi Kaur, a lot of people would be like, "Oh my gosh, like he's not supporting another poet," da 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 da. But then like
Oh
you
no.
swoop in and be like, "No, like support her book, like get her book,"
Yeah,
So
get a book. Definitely get a
so it
book.
shows your spirit though. I mean, like I feel like it shows like you may not like Rupi Kaur stuff like personally, but it doesn't mean that you don't necessarily support her as a poet or like, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
support all poets.
There you go. Period. So
Period.
okay, you guys. So that was very sweet. So as Shay said, support him, I guess, by buying my book, but also, you know, I will put all of his social media handles in the details of this podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I was talking about, Shay. That's what I mean when I say how can we
Oh,
support him?
okay.
Period. No, but if you want to say what your social handles are, go ahead. Go ahead. You can go ahead, and I will still put them in the details of the podcast, like the description of the podcast.
Okay. I am Nitro the God everywhere, but like disclaimer, my Instagram story like just gets updated with like songs and lyrics from my Spotify, so that is very boring.
That's
My
fine.
Twitter,
It shows it's a look into what you're interested in, like the music you're interested in. You know?
yeah, my Twitter is just well, you know Twitter,
Yeah.
unfiltered. So
I'm so
unfiltered, it's unfiltered
crying.
and like just you know poetry lines,
Mm.
quotes and all that. Also very boring. So yeah,
Not boring. No, no. That's like part of you. You know what I'm saying? Like you are a
yeah,
unique person. So what you listen to, what you write, like definitely not boring. So we're gonna make sure that anyone who listens to this podcast can support you by following you on your social media. You guys make sure after you listen to this, go check out his stuff. Again, it'll be in the description of this podcast. Make sure you follow him, support your poets, your local poets in your own area, but also these poets that I am bringing onto the podcast. And yeah,
yeah,
Shay, thank you so much for being a part of this project.
yeah. Thank you for inviting me. This is my first podcast, and it is not gone bad at all. So
Yay, I'm so glad that you joined. I love it when it's people's
okay,
first interview or their first podcast. Like, woohoo, like now you've got
yeah,
experience. So I love it.
yeah.
All
I do
right.
have experience.
Oh yes, tons. More so like hosting than and interviewing than being on podcasts. So, you know, we'll see
Yeah,
about all of that. But all right, you guys, this has been an episode of The Drink, hosting my National Poetry Month interviews. I am your host, Mishy, and I have my guest Shay, and I will see you on the next episode.